Hello, happy Friday. I hope this isn't too distracting. It's so nice out. I'm Cassie with Dream Big Today, and I have a question for you. How can someone stay pure in today's world? Psalm 119 hit me today, and I want to share my thoughts a little bit because that's what we do on Noon Nugget. We have these Monday through Friday at noon for just a couple minutes. It's usually 10 or so. And Psalm 119 is divided in parts, and the first part is 1 through 16, and it's all about joyful are people of integrity who follow the instructions of the Lord. Joyful are those who obey his laws and search for him with all their hearts. When I first became a Christian, I didn't exactly like all the rules. I knew I loved the Lord, and I knew that he called me for something special. And I knew that my new friend Paul had such high integrity that I aspired to be more of what he was. And when God found me, when I realized God was with me, my whole world changed, and it was overwhelming. It was so overwhelming that I have had Psalm 119:9 underlined for a long time. How can a young person stay pure? By obeying your word. Whether you obey his word or not, it becomes easier. It strengthens you to either listen to him or not listen to him. No matter what season of life you're in, no matter what age you are, there's always choices to make. And of course, I'm going to go to the health side of this because I see a relationship with God a lot like our immune system. We make choices every day that tell us if we're making the right decisions or not. There's a saying that I quote. It's in my Facebook profile. Live life and life will tell you how you're living. When you make certain decisions for you and your health, your immune system can be strengthened. If you're making bad decisions for you and your health, then you're going to get sick. And prevention is always less time and money than treatment or cure. So I see that a relationship with Christ is a lot like that because it can strengthen ourselves either way. How do we strengthen ourselves? Well, if you're trying to get to know the Lord, you want to think of him as somebody you want to get to know. When you become interested in, say you're not married and you're going to date somebody, or you're intrigued by somebody, like I was with Paul, you start to learn to know their favorite color, their favorite sports team. What sports do they like? What's their favorite food? What are their siblings like? What are their parents like? What kind of memories does he have from a childhood? What was his favorite vacation? Where does he like to go? All those things. When you're reading his word, when you're praying and talking with him and taking time to listen to him, when you're writing to him like I did often to stay concentrated on him, to stay focused on him, because life is just you start to learn where he's putting you, and certain blessings that come in your life tell you you're going the right way or not. Okay, so in order to fight off sickness, like our immune systems, we need to strengthen our habits. So whether you're choosing this or that, it should help you in your walk toward better health. Graceful aging is all about what I want to do. You should make decisions that are better for us for now, kind of decisions. Maybe you have a goal to go learn or to achieve. A lot of people do resolutions, and that's part of it. But when you read this psalm, you start to learn that there are people that actually enjoy his rules, that actually enjoy the restrictions, that actually find love and hope and encouragement in the things we aren't supposed to do. Yes, because it keeps you safe. When I first became a Christian, when I first gave my life to Christ, I was overwhelmed. The whole Proverbs 31 wife, the whole not my way, not your way, my way. My thoughts, I have a very zealous sparrow. Anyway, my thoughts were not in line with God's teaching at all. I was very into society, my environment, the way I grew up, what the news was telling me, the book choices I made, where I chose to hang out. And when Paul and I started dating, a lot of that changed. Actually, when I gave my life to Christ, Paul introduced me to Christ. And when I started on my own reading with God, I remember exactly where I was, exactly what I was doing, and exactly the verse. And I just stopped, Jesus is a servant to me. What does that even mean? I couldn't understand it. But I had so many mentors in the church he was going to, and I was new to the church. Every lady took me under their wing. And I especially loved the ladies that were struggling. I especially loved the ladies that were older and not struggling any longer. They said, one day it'll all make sense. One day you'll understand that your decisions were more carnal based. And now you're called to be spiritual based. And 31 years later, I can honestly teach that to somebody else because God is so good. And every time I choose to be obedient to Him, He blesses me with something else. That's not why I do it. Your heart needs to be, your motive needs to be to get to know Him more, to please Him more, to get to know Him like you would a best friend, like you would this new date. And in time, I learned that. I think being a Proverbs 31 wife is still really hard for me. Paul will attest. But I'm learning, and I know what I can identify with what He's teaching me now. And I can look at situations and I can see hard things that happen and suffering that people go through. I can see it as something that God is teaching us through all of that. You grow through what you go through. And if you're not, you're just dragging your feet. So God is something special to teach us. He has a love to share with us. And Psalms like this share inspiration about how to be mindful and joyful in what He's teaching us, in what He has to give us. And He is such a gentleman. He waits for us to get it. How cool is that? That I am saved while I'm learning. I don't have to be perfect to go to Him. I don't have to be perfect to still mess up. I don't lose. I'm with Him. Where I lose is if I've learned of Him and I haven't chosen Him, I'm already in hell. There's a choice that we have to make when we know more. And when we know more, we have to do more. We have to learn better. So whether you obey or not, it strengthens you. I will study your commandments and reflect on your ways. I will delight in your decrees and not forget your word. Put His words in your heart and your mind for a time such as this. When somebody's struggling, have a verse you go to. When you don't understand something and you have to give it to God, get a verse in your heart that says it's okay to keep learning. And one of my favorites is acknowledge His ways. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him. His path is the right path, and I'm happy to follow it. And if that seems weird to other people, I don't care. I don't care. Jesus was not always liked. He couldn't get to the cross by a bunch of people that loved Him. He had to get to the cross because of hatred. And so, that was what I thought of today. Psalm 119, 1 through 16. Go read that. I am here tomorrow, Lord willing. I hope Paul's with me, but I will see you in the morning. Thanks for being here, And happy Friday. Go be a blessing. People need your smile. You are loved and you are never alone. Bye.